Oh, yes. Wait, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's right there.
See, this is what happens when I don't have it in front of me all the time.
That's what she said.
Yeah. How you like being on your knees, by the way? Is it comfy?
It feels natural.
Yeah. So tell me, what are we going to talk about today?
Today on Keepin the Geek Bros, episode 80, we've got Twitch Suspends streamer after she wears Chun-Li cosplay.
Super sexy.
A major milestone for RPGs is finally coming to the West.
Thank you very much.
Pokemon Go's Pokédex expands into Unova region. A PlayStation 5 feature. The Russo brothers might make more Marvel movies. Game of Thrones author draws attention to Lord of the Rings plot holes.
Petty.
PlayStation says you've been calling the X button the wrong name. Marvel's next Avengers project is already in the works. Rise of Skywalker reshoots are underway. The Umbrella Academy Season 2.
Woo!
Marvel might make a monumental change. Netflix accidentally posts the Witcher release date.
Boo.
Adidas is making a new Star Wars sneaker. James Gunn reveals cast of the Suicide Squad.
Awesome.
Silver Surfer movie in the works.
Nice.
Robert Downey Jr. reportedly returns to the MCU.
Love you 3000.
Ash just won a Pokémon League in the anime.
Finally!
Warner Brothers is making a Funko Pop movie. Kill me. Dark Crystal Age of Resistance full series review.
Love it.
Squeezy Bits picks. Vapers seek relief from nicotine addiction.
I can vouch.
Garbanzo's Corner. I don't care what you think.
I really don't.
And inebriated fitness. Blood doping. WTF.
Yeah, you get it right.
Yeah, second time around.
Third
time around. All this and more on this week's episode of Keepin the Geek Bros, a family podcast. Stay tuned.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, Keeping Up with the Geek Bros.
Yes, Keepin the Geek Bros podcast, episode 80. I'm your host, Vibe, and with me, my fellow Geek Bros.
Darth Flex.
Garbanzo.
In the house, ladies and gentlemen. You've asked for it. You've got it. We are here at the studio. We just finished recording a two-part special, Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, and Dark Crystal, the original 1984 movie. Check that out. That's going to be uploading soon.
Get the band back together.
Before we get to today's topics, Darth Flex, can you tell these fine specimens how to find us on social media?
Please.
Absolutely. No profanity today. You guys can check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Geek Bros with a 0. That's GEEKBR0S. You can also email us at geekbros with a 0 at yahoo.com. For the love of... Listen. Much uglier dudes get nudes sent than we are ugly. So, just give us a pity titty shot.
A pity titty.
Just something. Damn. Or dog pictures. I love dogs.
Yeah, ferrets as well.
That's code for gay stuff. Alright. Now, it is. You can also check us out on Facebook.com/GeekBros with a 0. Pretty cool stuff there. Pretty interesting links.
Always popping.
Yeah. Fake news, real news, whatever.
It's all news.
Whatever jacks us off.
First motherfucking place.
The first place!
Wait, how do you say no cursing?
I lied. Right. If you watch the Dark Crystal stuff, I'm apparently a terrible person. The first place to check out the Geek Bros.
The first place!
WeBeGeeksPC.com. Thank you, Mike. You're a doll. Now, if you want to see this beautiful concoction, finally all in the same pantry cabinet of milk chocolate, cafe con leche, and Egyptian cinnamon. Once again, it's not October, so we do not have our pumpkin spice yet, but stay tuned because it will come out pretty soon. Now, you can check us out.
From the closet.
I thought he did already.
Well,
when
not...
he dyed his hair.
Well, it was implied. You know, we're still working on the actual announcement.
No, okay.
Is he gonna do like a gender reveal with the
He's gonna use
the pink smoke.
He's gonna reveal his gender. Yes, he's right now non-gender,
non-binary.
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 Yeah, that's the new thing. He's
Like
gender fluid.
they, them. Okay, I got you.
You can check out our awesome videos on youtube.com/VibeRevStudios. That's VIBEREVSTUDIOS. Also, same thing on Pornhub.
Allegedly. All right, before we get to today's topics, we're going to talk about comments and questions from you, the audience. Was there any in this? I don't remember.
There were.
Scroll it down, sucker. All right, what do we got? From Facebook.com, gents, you want to hit us with that? Facebook.com/GeekBros.
Yeah, we posted a picture of a police canine named Oscar wearing a full gear and a support the troops hat in honor of the hero dogs for 9/11. And Dalton Davis commented, "Cute."
Oh.
Thank you, Dalton.
This is super cute, by the way.
Also, still on Facebook.com/GeekBros.
It's a pretty funny picture of three hipsters, one with incredibly, pretty much anime-esque long beard. Beard, by the way.
Yeah, look, I haven't really touched my beard in a while, and I know this. I'm kind of growing it out for a reason, just because I want to. That's the reason. But this is well beyond me. It literally looks. It gets down to his ankles.
Yeah.
And what's with the ankle holders?
He's wearing rompers. He's wearing a romper and ankle holders. But the caption is, "Once you defeat all the other craft beer drinkers, this is your final boss." And Darth Flex, I commented.
That looks
What
better.
in the hell?
Keep going.
I commented that, to one of our previous hosts on the Geek Bros, Renee Hernandez.
Pizza's here.
I commented that.
Sorry. Amazon package.
Yeah, it's flashlight. So I commented this reminds me of Renee, and Renee asked, "But why?"
That's honestly the only question I have, because then I want to know what his condition is, what his conditioner is, because that sucker looks soft.
I think he just spills beer on it. That's it. Because it looks like if you touch it, it feels kind of like steel wool, in my opinion.
Well, look how it just flows, though.
Yeah.
Possible.
Like
okay.
his, he's gender fluid, so like his sexuality.
There you go.
Let's see. Now, Instagram comments. All right, for the keeping up with the Geek Bros, podcast number 79, about 2 nights podcast. Now, what's this? Peak Abu Audio says, "I am a major geek myself. I'll definitely check this podcast or check out the podcast." Sorry, I'm a little.
Well, Peekaboo, if you did end up checking that, just let us know what you thought of it.
Oh yeah, by all means, comment to us and
send us
into that DM if you have any.
Slide right in.
Yeah, if you have any feedback or well wishes, or if you want to come on as a special guest, why not? Let's go for it.
That is it for all the audience participation today.
All right. So, gents, anything to report?
Not really. No, working a lot.
Wow. You sound dead when you said not really.
I had to drain my ear.
You had to drain your ear.
Can't really tell you. I got a need in the ear in jiu-jitsu and it swelled up. I have a little scab now. Skin fell off. It's pretty cool.
No big deal.
It hurts a lot.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
That's
Garbanzo reporting.
The only thing I got to report is that I got nothing to report. Everything's been. Oh no, I do. I have been playing the crap out of Gears 5.
Yeah.
It is. I just started Act 3. Super excited about the storyline. It's just so great. I'm loving it so far, and I can't wait to go home and
Dude, I saw Sarah Connor
have something else to do first.
get decapitated. It was amazing.
Sarah Connor?
She's one of the DLCs for the multiplayer.
I just unlocked Batista.
You can DL this C.
Probably.
Oh, cock.
So,
really, that's the one you went for? I was thinking about see you next Tuesday.
I thought, that's what I said at first, but he's a man, allegedly.
Allegedly. All right, cool. Well, for me to report, I finally got all the badges in Pokemon Masters, so I'm very, very happy about that. I'm loving Pokemon Masters, and I got all the badges.
Is that on the phone?
Yeah, it's a mobile game.
Is it good?
It's better than Pokemon Go, that's for sure.
Oh, I should play it then.
We've been talking about this for the last couple of episodes. Where have you been?
Yeah, I keep on forgetting. I have it on my notes.
Do you? Pokemon Masters, it's worth it. It's a good game.
Yeah.
So, Flex. Oh, I see what you're doing. All right, so that's it for anything to report.
So, what's going on with the Geek Bro?
Well, as you can see, the Geek Bros have reunited. First time since April, which is fantastic. We reunited for a special 2-part original recipe web series episodes.
Not extra crispy?
Well, not extra crispy is when we do the podcast. But the original recipe.
So hungry right
and
now.
we were reviewing the Dark Crystal and Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, the Netflix original. So check out those. Those are absolutely coming out probably shortly after you watch this. The episode 79 recap actually is uploading to YouTube right now as we speak. I was behind. I apologize, but you will see that it's up there. And hopefully this is the start of more gatherings for the Geek Bros and getting back together again for these things. If I had all the time in the world, I'd make these guys make up all the videos we haven't got to do, like Endgame and Spider-Man and Infinity War and et cetera, and so forth. But
Maybe we can get some investors to fund us
that would be great.
so we can quit our jobs and actually do this.
Or if you want to preemptively start supporting us on Patreon, it's up there. It's not ready, but it's up there.
It's up there.
Support us, and we'll be able to get together more often instead of through Skype. But this is good. Feels like we're at home. Yeah. So, episode 80 starts now. It's time for the Fresh Scent. Fresh Scent. What's new in the gaming world? Video games out this week by Darflex.
Excellent. So, this week you start with September 16th. Okay. First one is Nightcrawl, 20,000 atmospheres for the PC. Now we're on to the 17th. That's Jet Cave Adventures for the Nintendo Switch. And we got Session, Steam Early Access, and Xbox Game Preview for the PC.
Ooh.
Yep. AI, The Somnium Files for the PC, PS4, and Nintendo Switch. Daymare, 1998 for the PC. Rebel Cops for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Groundhog Day, Like Father, Like Son for the PSVR, Rift, and Vive. Devil's Hunt for the PC. Lego Jurassic World for the Nintendo Switch.
Ooh.
Castle Crashers Remastered for the PS4 and Nintendo Switch. Truck Driver for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Then we have September 18th. We have Exercise the Demons for the PC. Trailmakers official launch for the PC, Xbox One. Little Misfortune for the PC. Sega Mega Drive Genesis Mini Console launch. That's actually September 19th now we're on. And September 19th here, October 4th for the EU. We have Police Stories, PC, PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. Crying Sons for the PC. Jenny LeClue for the PC and Apple Arcade. Mutazioni. Mutazioni.
Squeezy Bits,
okay.
I want you to hear this specifically.
Sorry, this is actually Italian.
Oh,
Mutazioni. Okay.
Well.
I do speak fluent Italian, by the way.
Allegedly.
I do. I went to school in Italy, too. Alright, for the PC and PS4.
Also allegedly.
Bitch.
Ooh.
Siri has, like, date stamped and whatever location stamped pictures. So
Okay, well, I'm
eat my nuts.
I want the receipts. So you're gonna show me some receipts.
Okay, show these nuts. Alright, now we got Train Simulator 2020. This is boring. and Inferno 2 for the PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch. Grid Autosport for the Nintendo Switch. Apple Arcade Service launch for, Apple. We have Overland, PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. PlanetSide Arena, Steam Early Access for the PC. Now we're on the 20th of September. This one's going to be pretty good. The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening.
Oh, is that the remake, right?
Yeah.
We reported on that earlier. I can't wait to buy and play that game.
Yeah.
Me too. Tracks for the Xbox One. Zenith for the Nintendo Switch. Azure Reflections for the PC. Signal Decay for the PC. Untitled Goose Game. That's the name. For the PC and Nintendo Switch. Reign of Reflections, Chapter 1 for the PC. Okay. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, Remastered for the PS4 and the PC. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch for the Nintendo Switch. Why didn't you just put it in the same day? It's the same.
Because,
You can minimize that. It's fine.
Yeah, okay. Nintendo Switch Lite console launch. Whoever wants a new Nintendo Switch. So, okay, we got The Sojourn for the PC, PS4,
Or
and
you wanna move it
Xbox
off to the
One.
side? Okay, that works too.
We got Niflheim for the PS4,
I like
Xbox
Niflheim.
One, and Nintendo Switch. And that is it for this week.
All right. We're going to move on to the Battle for Azeroth continues, presented by Darflex. I got nothing to say. I haven't played in a week or two because I'm sad.
Honestly, there's really not much to report. Everything has been the same since last. Server time waits have been a lot better.
You're talking about the Classic?
Yeah, for Classic.
Okay.
They're actually offering free server moves because of the backup, and just is kind of obviously unpleasant for players to have to wait so long to be able to get in there and play Classic. But that's what you shouldn't play Classic. Well, you should, whatever. I mean, it's a free country, or free world, I guess. Not really. Slavery still exists, but
Allegedly.
you should definitely play the live version, which is pretty good. Story still popping. Go ahead and get your raids in. We have, for the new patch, all of the raid versions are open. That's heroic, legendary, everything. Go ahead and get your new gear as well. Unfortunately, still no PvP in the live version because, well, I guess we're trying to cater to a bunch of beta males and pussies. Bring killing back to Azeroth, please.
I think make that a hashtag and go from
I
there.
have Blizzard. If you're listening,
Send us free stuff.
if you're listening, actually, if you hear our Dark Crystal reviews and you understand the kind of person that Dark Crystal has made me since I was 3 years old, I need to kill. I need to kill the weak.
Virtually, of course.
Yes. Bring it back to Azeroth, Blizzard. It'll prevent many things, I'm just saying. Alright, so that is it for the Battle for Azeroth.
All right. Well, we're going to move on to Twitch Suspends streamer after she wears a Chun-Li cosplay outfit. Any of you gentlemen are more than welcome to grab it. Or
So last night, Twitch suspended the streamer Quaco.
And this article comes from Kotaku.com.
Yeah, sorry. Kotaku.com. Last night, Twitch suspended art streamer Quaco after she live streamed herself wearing a cosplay of Chun-Li from Street Fighter. Dextero first reported Quaco is a small streamer who often draws pictures from her favorite gaming franchises on live on Twitch. So she's not even playing video games. She actually she draws art from her favorite franchises as she plays. As you people watch, and she was wearing Chun-Li's signature blue quipo and the bun covers. And soon after, she received notice of a 3-day suspension for sexually suggestive content or activities, according to an email from Twitch posted on her Twitter feed. The outfit features a thigh-high slit that is sometimes considered risque. I actually bought one size up to ensure that the slit was not too high, said Kwaku in an email to Kotaku. The slit of this dress is cut lower than some running shorts that I own. Twitch's guidelines surround sexually explicit content are vague, and widespread allegations of waged by female streamers for years. Attire intended to be sexually suggestive and nudity are prohibited. You know what? The whole thing is, I think it's ridiculous.
Right, but does this not harken back to that whole, remember the Twitch streamer, the mother who breastfed on live while she was on Twitch? And did she get suspended for that? Or that
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, are we not, isn't this like another version? I mean, would you say this is censorship?
This
in
is
theory, or-
this is petty individuals who are going around. There is no. Okay, I'm looking at the picture.
It's what I said. It's unfuckable women who are jealous when we report this stuff.
Or guys who or who just they don't have the testicular fortitude to actually speak to individuals like that.
Actually, the real question here for you Geek Bros. Moment of truth. Gun to your head. Smash or no?
Smash. Absolutely. I mean, that's not even gun to my head.
Yeah.
Well,
You can tickle me with a feather. I'll say smash. I mean, I'm good. So,
I'll take it for other reasons.
all right. Well, I mean, I don't know who else is out. I mean, I do know that Garbanzo was tiddling. She got me thinking. Was dabbling with the Geek Bros Twitch stream after or once in a while. But are there any other Twitch streamers out there? How do you feel about this? And it seems like it's only happening to females right now.
And this is actually something that the whole thing is this. So here, she had been previously suspended for cosplaying my Shiranaui from the King of Fighters at the time when she was she was banned because she was reporting brigaded by popular subreddit live stream fail. She was being sexually harassed, and all she did was wear the cosplay.
So you would think that, and I'm not blaming her, but you think that if she had that one poor experience, maybe she wouldn't want to cosplay again to avoid another experience like that. That's what I would think. It's like
no.
I mean, I get it
personally. It's like, you know what what they need to do is have, and this is where I strongly believe is that I understand why they suspend people for 3 days because they have to look into the allegations. But the fact of the matter is that they have to figure out a way to streamline the process and actually just, people start mass banning.
Right.
Because the whole thing is you get enough people there and you just keep on reporting. They're gonna get locked up, and for no reason whatsoever. So the whole thing is that there's and they're not the only ones. According to Kotaku, there's actually a self-appointed anti-boob police who are trolling female Twitch streamers.
Cock blockers?
Yeah, pretty much.
The whole thing is that these it's Al Qaeda.
Oh yeah, no.
Tell you.
Yeah,
I don't think so, because they actually look from my experience. They actually like women, and what they like, they'll take by force. I don't think
Allegedly.
it's Al Qaeda. I think it's alphabet people.
It's possible. So and it's
L's, the B's,
so apparently there is some now removed content on live stream fail in which an actual user stated the LMAO left my ass off. Saw her streaming again today and instantly reported a thought. Like,
this
bro.
guy, okay, either like a fat chick with blue hair or pink
Dude,
hair,
no,
or
he's
a gay guy.
No. This is some dude who thinks that because he cannot get this girl that he has to turn around and report.
Why can't he be like every other creep and just send her a dick pic? You know
He
what I'm
probably
saying?
has and was freaking blocked, and because he can't talk to her, he has to report her. Like that is like literally.
Is his name on here?
No, it was deleted before they caught it.
Damn, I was gonna say let's report him.
Absolutely, but I mean, it's hard. So wait, I think it's ridiculous. I think it's like if someone's actually showing and showing explicit material, like there's other ways to stream that. There's other websites for that, but I believe that Twitch should abide by their guidelines, but at the same time, they should not allow individuals to abuse the system and just report just because they want to.
Because this hurts people like me too. Because this fucking beta male cuck is taking away the opportunity for someone like me to enjoy content like this that is not necessarily explicit, but it's just enough. Like when you were a kid and you would go through your parents' like Victoria's Secret model catalogs, you're not seeing anything, but like it's enough to get you there, right? Yeah. No?
Yeah, I can see what you're talking about.
All right, we're gonna move on to a major milestone for RPGs is finally coming to the West. Did you switch over to the next thing for me, please, sir?
Close this out, right?
Yeah. Moving on to the next one. This article comes from Kotaku.com. 22 years later, a major milestone is coming to the West. Now, I'll tackle this because I read the article.
I like that.
Basically, there is an RPG that never came to the West that it basically picks up. You're a character and you're arriving in a world after a hero has gone through the entire world, stealing everybody's loot, smashing everybody's pots, killing all the bad guys. So this is basically like
Link?
Yeah, pretty much. So you're actually traversing this world, and this particular RPG is I guess given praise for being one of the first, if not the first RPG to go against the trope. Kind of like how and so but it never came to us, but it actually is coming now, I believe, to the Switch. Scroll that down, sucker. Let me see. Soon, October. It's
Moon will be released
so it's called
in Japan
Moon. Yes.
on October 10th, and soon outside of Japan, according to the interview.
Yeah, so I recommend it. It sounds funny to me. It's kind of like we reported on one. What was it called? The one RPG. Remember the RPG that we were talking about? It was like one monster. Yeah, one monster RPG. Yeah. Kind of like that. It's a twist in the tropes, and I enjoy it. So when the game comes out, I will be buying it. I will be reviewing it here. So stay tuned with that.
That's like Golden Sun.
Exactly.
I love
but Golden Sun the aftermath kind of thing. So all right. So we're gonna move on to the next article. Yes. Oh yes. Sorry. Pokemon Go. Pokédex expands into the Unova region. This article comes from Kotaku.com. I wasn't really going to read it. I was just going to say, have at it, you guys. It's the Pokédex is expanding. I cannot appreciate the Pokédexes anymore. I'm playing Pokemon Masters, and I'm seeing Pokemon I've never seen before. I don't even know what the hell they are, and it throws me out of it, you know? Okay. So, any of you gents at all interested or care that the Pokédex is expanding to the Unova region?
No, honestly, I only care for the Pokemon as far as the TV show goes. I'm not really into the games anymore.
Yeah,
I said it's like Pokemon.
I think for me it was Kanto and Johto, and that was pretty much it. I tapped out after that.
I checked it out a couple days ago when it first came out, and it's kind of cool. But I mean, I don't really play it like I used to.
Well, but there you go, guys. For those of you who are still playing Pokemon Go, we would still love to hear from you if you're still playing ritualistically or habitually. Let us know how it is, if it's still good, and whether or not I won't, but whether or not I should jump back in there. So, we're going to move on to developer relieves big PS5 feature PlayStation gamers are sleeping on.
And actually, if you don't mind, I'm going to jump in on this one.
Well, this is your article, yes.
It's an article that
Yeah. This article comes from comicbooks.com.
And... the one of the big things that they were talking about now with the PS5 is actually what they're planning to do is going with a new SSD drive. So one is going to make it a lot easier to go thinner and a little more compact, use less power overall. It's going to have a lot faster response time to reference to loading, and it's going to be almost insta load. For anyone who's actually upgraded their hard drive on their computer from a standard hard drive to a new to SSD. The response time is obscene. From a load time of like 15 to 30 seconds compared to a load time on an SSD drive of about 5 or 6. At least when you don't have all the extra stuff popping up the way I have it set up. It's gonna mean faster gameplay, better response. And also, it's going to be a lot easier. The details are going to be a lot brighter because it's going to be able to read and the information is going to be able to pass by a lot faster. So I know that the new Xbox, I think it's called the Project Scarlet,
allegedly
is allegedly going to be having the same exact hard drive, and they're actually testing it right now on the diskless Xbox X. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh,
but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I may actually get it, or I may not, or maybe I'll let these fine gentlemen get it for me for my Christmas present.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely gonna get this. I haven't used my PS4 in a very long time, but it's like the special edition one. The Xbox is actually starting to die on me, so I'm really happy that Scarlet's coming out soon.
All right. Well, that's it for what's new in the gaming world. We're going to move on to inebriated fitness. Oh, God. What are you laughing at?
I mean, this is exactly what a vapor looks like when I imagine the word vapor.
Oh, we're not even at that spot yet.
I know.
Darflex is an exercise physiologist with a BS in exercise and sports science. He's a certified CSCS strength conditioning coach, a CISSN sports nutritionist, sports injury specialist, and currently an MMA weight cut specialist and nutritionist. Blood doping. What the fuck? Blood doping is a practice of boosting the number of red blood cells in the bloodstream in order to enhance athletic performance. Because such blood cells carry oxygen from the lungs to the muscles, a higher concentration of blood can improve an athlete's aerobatic capacity and aerobic.
Yeah, what is there aerobatic in it?
I'm sorry, there's no aerobic capacity and endurance. Darflex, by all means.
All right, so blood doping. This is very common in actually this is very common in endurance sports. Actually, this is one of the things Lance Armstrong got popped for. He was taking EPO, which is a form of blood doping. Now, we're going to cover two very common and easy ways to blood dope. The first one is EPO, which stands for erythropoietin. Okay?
Oh, sounds fancy.
Red blood cells are the common term for red blood cells. They're actually called erythrocytes. The job of red blood cells is to, like I covered earlier, to deliver oxygen to the muscles, but it also removes waste. It removes waste from the muscle fibers, which is another thing that we need. And blood cells do die a lot often. I think you go through a couple, honestly, I can't come off the top of my head why, but this is the reason, one of the reasons why your feces is also dark, because there's a lot of dead blood cells in there.
Oh.
Yeah. So what does erythropoietin do? Or EPO? You shoot it up like you would shoot up a steroid, right? Well, I mean, it is a performance-enhancing drug.
Mm-hmm.
It is beneficial for those who do need it, though. The reason it was created was to treat certain conditions where you are not producing enough red blood cells, which can be an issue for carbon-based life forms. Red blood cells are produced in the bone marrow.
Yes.
Yes. So what
yes.
What erythropoietin does, red bone marrow, by the way, not yellow bone marrow. Erythropoietin, what it does, it just stimulates the red bone marrow. Yeah, yellow bone marrow is just like...
Yeah, but where's the yellow bone marrow?
So as we get older, the red bone marrow starts to become yellow bone marrow because it becomes fatty, just fatty deposits. It's really delicious. I mean, like if you cook
it, yeah.
It's fine. It's amazing. But not human bone marrow.
Okay.
Which, I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure it's probably
That came
still
up.
pretty delicious.
It came up.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So it stimulates the bone marrow to create more erythrocytes. That's why, therefore, erythropoietin. And pretty much your red blood cell level goes much up. You're able to deliver much more oxygen, much more efficiently to the muscles. You're able to quickly remove toxins or waste from the muscle fibers into the bloodstream. It's similar to beta alanine, actually. It does buff some of the acidity in the muscles because we are removing that waste. We're removing those gases and so on. The second way, and probably the cheapest way to do it, is removing blood from your body. So we do regenerate blood pretty quickly. Like
Okay.
So like classic bloodletting.
Somewhat, except bloodletting was used for
Everything.
Primarily inflammation, but the blood wasn't saved; it was just discarded.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also used to remove evil spirits.
Yes. God, Christians are crazy. But so what you can do is, if you have access to a blood bank or access to a physician or some kind of, I forget the term for the clinician that deals with blood.
Pathologist?
Hematologist.
No, hematologist studies the blood. It's the ones, like the nurses, like the ones that
Vampire.
No. Oh my God! I had it.
I just saw that.
Vampire.
Phleboologist.
Phlebologist. Access to phlebologist.
That's what I said. Pathologist.
Pathologists deal with pathogens, bro. So what you do is you start removing quarts of blood, or just whatever amount you can deal with, because we do pretty much regenerate within the day if you eat properly. You remove that, store it for a later day. Let's say you're about to compete. You put all those blood cells back into your body, and now you have a much higher blood cell count.
Yep, just like this, just like higher blood cell count.
And it does have a lot of beneficial results. You're gonna be able to perform for a much longer time. You won't become as acidic as quickly. It does apply to the bed too. Even though when it comes to that, the muscles we use for, dirty are slow twitch muscles, so we don't really get tired. It's the fast twitch muscles, unless you're like power fucking, then yeah, you really use your fast twitch muscles, and then you might burn out a little bit quicker. It depends. I mean, if your girl likes to get power drive, then yeah.
Wait, what? Power drive?
10 seconds is normally, our energy system that's going to be working those heavy deep power drives. Now,
sometimes that's all you need.
Yep. Unless you're only working with a little bit, you really just got a power drive like this far.
Listen.
It's not that
it's all about the motion of the ocean.
I mean, we're on the street with your strap, so I don't think you got to worry about it. Now, so yeah, it's going to help endurance, it's going to help performance, it's going to help remove waste from the muscle fibers and so on. And honestly, having a high count of red blood cells is not really a bad thing. It's good for you, unless you have an issue with iron and you have something called hemochromatosis. God, did I say that right? I can't remember anymore. There's so many terms in my head, but that's just having too much iron in your body, which does cause things like fatigue, headaches, lethargy, and you just feel kind of like crap.
Is that the same thing that you get from iron deficiency, though?
Iron deficiency is a little bit... that's going to be more like bruising, not healing properly, and delivery of so on. So having low iron, which is anemic, is a little bit different. Now having a too much iron is kind of tough. Which if you notice why there are female and male multivitamins, females do have to supplement more iron than men do. If you look at the dosage, if any, in men's vitamins, it's quite low, if not zero. All right, so this is more. You got to be careful if you have something like hemochromatosis. You don't want too much iron. So the negative things about blood doping. Really? I mean, from what I can tell you, obviously, if you don't abuse it to where you just become a tomato, is that it is illegal because it is a performance-enhancing drug.
What if you're not competing?
So, yes. Now, like, you can get steroids from a doctor.
Yes, you can.
Right. For the most part, he's going to BS you with some prescriptions saying you have low T or need for this. You can get it from a doctor. I mean, are you going to need it? No. You can legally buy it for the wrong reasons. Right?
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, if you're competing, it is all athletic commissions do not allow blood doping, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If you're not competing, here's the thing, if you're not competing, why would you take it, though? To me, that's just a waste of money. Because this is purely a performance-enhancing drug to the name. Like, it's, improving your endurance. I don't think unless you're competing, anything in life really is gonna require that much endurance from you.
Yeah.
Unless it's listening to Vibe talk about the fucking Last Jedi.
That takes
Last Jedi
takes will.
sucks.
That takes willpower.
Now, I have a question for Vibe. Do you like fitness?
I do-ish.
Do you like-
Define fitness. What do you mean by fitness?
Do you like fitness in your mouth?
God damn it. I'm going to say you should try fitting his dick in your mouth.
Oh man! I was talking the fish sticks.
Gay
Kanye
fish.
West.
The
The
hell
Kanye
with
West.
both of you.
Are you a
Well,
gay fish?
That is it for Inebriated Fitness. Now we're going to move on to Garbanzo's Corner.
Well, thank you, sir. If you
Wait,
want
wait.
more fitness and nutrition tips, or
That
would
was
like
quick.
No, it
to
wasn't.
see some
was.
sweet,
No, it wasn't.
sweet UFC posts, and follow him on Instagram at Darth_Flex with 2 X's.
We're moving on to Squeezy Bits. Wait, no, we're not. Sorry, we're moving on to Garbanzo's Corner.
I'm actually here.
I don't care what you think. Perception is the organization, identification, and interpretation of sensory information in order to represent and understand the presented. I don't know what the word. The presented information of the environment. A way of regarding, understanding, or interpreting something. A mental impression. Now, why do I give perception? Because how we are perceived versus what we think of ourselves are two different things.
Yeah, perception is considered reality.
Exactly. So,
That's what she said.
Garbanzo doesn't care what you think. Hit us up with that.
All right, so I chose this topic for multiple reasons. In today's society, everyone's so. I'm not even going to say in today's society, just in general. A lot of people just are stuck on looks, appearances, not acting a certain way because you're afraid how people are going to react or because people might think you're weird. And I used to do that. I used to not make the jokes that I wanted to make, or not make the comments I wanted to make, or keep quiet, keep to myself, And then over the years, I've just learned to really not care. And one of the
He doesn't care what I think, so I'm going to text message.
yeah, no, it doesn't bother. It has no effect on me whatsoever. Like the way I see it is, if I want to have a conversation with a random person at the line at the grocery store, I'm going to do so. If they don't want to talk to me, that's fine. I'll just talk to them, and eventually they may respond or think I'm crazy.
They're going to Baker act you, but okay.
Or I may just turn around and start talking to myself. And be like, oh my god, thank you very much for this conversation. Very welcome. It's been fantastic. See,
it is Florida.
Yeah, it is.
Florida man.
So the idea behind it is be proud of who you are. You have the things that you have survived, the things that you've gone through in your life, whether it just be minimal or some people have been through some pretty extreme stuff. You made it. Be proud of it. Be proud of your experience. Be proud of who you are. Let your personality shine through. A book that I've recently someone gave to me, and kind of because of this the way I see things this way, someone goes, you have to read this book, and I started reading it. And it's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Oh, I know that book.
Yeah, and it's actually written by
Ryan Johnson.
No. Oh my god!
I do know that it was published by Vibe Studios, so.
No, actually, the book was actually written by
Edgar Allan Poe.
No, Mark Manson, who's actually I believe
Charles Manson's second cousin, twice removed.
No, actually, I think he's actually a comedian. He's an author, and apparently he's Mark Manson is a self-help author, personality development consultant, entrepreneur, and blogger. He blogs under his own name and eponymous website, and as of 2009 has authored 3 books. The only one that I am really aware of is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. This particular book, for me, I've gotten to the first chapter so far, and I'm loving it so far. The idea behind it is really just not caring, being yourself, be proud of who you are, and don't let others' view of you change your ideals. Do not. It's controlling peer pressure, not going into not falling into peer pressure, but at the same time not allowing and also not putting yourself into peer pressuring others. I'm big on this movement. Let your freak flag fly. Wear what you want to wear. If you want to, it doesn't matter how you see yourself, if it's or how you perceive yourself. As long as if that's how you want to represent yourself, represent it. Whether you want to wear a diaper, or a onesie, or a dress, or slacks, it doesn't matter. It should not matter. Just be yourself, be an individual, and have fun with it. That's what I do, and the wife hates it when I have these conversations, like random conversations at grocery stores, especially when I'm also loud.
Well, you're Cuban.
Yes, well, it's part of the genetic makeup. We have an extra diaphragm. That's why my stomach is so big. So the whole so because of that, I actually speak fairly loudly when we're at the store, and it kind of so we were actually at Target the other day, and all of a sudden out of nowhere she was walking away because I was looking at something, and I forgot something. I forgot what we needed to pick up, so instead of like walking over, I didn't want to lose the conversation. I just yelled as loud as I could. Hey, besides the Q-tips and XYZ that we need, is there anything else we need? Because this is a really good book, and I want to start reading it while I walk around. I'm just telling her what's going through my mind. People started looking at us, and she started like hiding her face, like, why are you trying to embarrass me? I'm like, oh, babe, look, that onesie that you wanted to get. It's just, I'm pointing out things in conversation, but because I don't care.
Mm-hmm. There is free counseling that you could go to if you'd like to for this. It's like a mild Tourette's or.
Oh no! If I had Tourette's, it'd be a
clear.
whole.
No,
I
mean, not.
But I'm not
knowing
doing it.
that.
But here's
I am an inside voice as an outside voice.
There is no. I am not in the library. I'm at a public place.
He's the guy in The Walking Dead who would get everybody killed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I know in that scenario that I shouldn't be speaking out loud.
I don't think you should be yelling out the fact that she needs to get tampons in the middle of Target either.
I would not say tampons. Condoms, yes, but not tampons.
Okay, babe, I found the maxi pad. They have a 2-for-1 in KY. Did you want the KY? No, the extra Y is in this one. The KY and a small Y.
It's actually the shit. I actually did that once.
So I believe you. I
did ask her if she wanted the ones with wings because it looked fancy.
Garbanzo, tell these fine folks where they can listen to more of your stuff in all the different audio levels.
At the Target over in
Aventura.
Target in Hialeah.
Are you kidding me? If we go to Target in Hialeah, I'll be the quietest one there.
Oh, true.
I don't travel to Hialeah.
You probably feel.
I go to Aventura, so I stand up.
No man's
actually, if you want to, you can find me on the Twitter and the IG and the Gram at Bean TKE278 is BEAN TKE 278. Also, reach out and if you want any comments and references,
reach out and touch him
on Garbanzo's Corner on Facebook.com.
Yes, thank you so much, Garbanzo. We're gonna want to Squeezy Bits picks. Vapers seek relief from routine addiction. I'm going to give this one to you here because vaping has become a national tragedy now.
A hot topic because, a whole 8 people have died from it.
Yes, but it's not. It's a hot topic. It's a whole 8 people, I understand, but they're dying.
Dude, they've had more people
randomly.
They've had more people die in toilet seats.
No, they haven't.
Yes. We can start allowing toilets?
Well, they died because of the heart attack, not because of the toilet.
Well, no, dude. Hey, listen, it's more people have died falling downstairs. Let us now.
But that's an accident. Vaping is not an accident. It's a choice, and there's the chemicals that are causing an issue.
Now, actually,
that's why they recall meat and stuff like that for the very reason.
No, absolutely. But what I'm trying to say is that a lot of these ones that all the instances as well is actually on aftermarket vapes, non-regulated vapes. Most of the vapes are not even regulated, but these are the ones that people are using for THC. Have a high active vitamin E glycerin added to their, and that is what they're saying that out of the 8, I think 5 had that particular type of vape as well.
Vaping is not regulated by the FDA though at all, from what I understand. So, I mean, you're differentiating. You said aftermarket, but aren't they all pretty much aftermarket? I mean, because nobody regulates any of them.
Well, the whole thing is that like I said, vaping is still fairly new. I'm sorry, that's the truth. Now I'll give you a bit of an example. One Juul. I personally don't like using the Juuls. I think that they have way too much nicotine inside, and just too much easy to kind of. You can go through. I've seen people go through one Juul pod in a few hours, which is ridiculous. It's literally like if you go through a Juul pod a day, you're literally smoking a pack of cigarettes a day worth of nicotine. I use vaping to cut back on because I was a full-time smoker for a long time, and vaping actually helped me get off cigarettes completely for a long time. And I've fallen back on the wagon occasionally here and there. Vaping,
for cigarettes or vaping?
For cigarettes.
Okay.
And vaping has always helped me cut it back. Now, would I use vaping, but I use small amounts of nicotine where it's 0.06 grams compared to what a cigarette usually contains, which is closer to 1.0 grams of nicotine. So
it's funny because nicotine actually scientifically has a lot of positive benefits. There's very little negative effects from nicotine. It's just the act of vaping and smoking itself. Whether it's the vape or whether it's... Because nicotine is actually not bad for you. It's a pretty good nootropic and a pretty good stimulant, just like coffee and caffeine.
And the whole thing is that it's anything used too much is going to kill you. I don't care what it is.
Except for this dick, if you can.
Family podcast.
Depends. So there's...
He said it depends.
It depends. There's 6 people have died so far. California is investing over 60 different cases. They actually invented the vaping movement, so it is what it is. Juul is actually based out of San Francisco, so we're 75%, and apparently who commands 75% of the e-cig market. I mean, there's been other companies been around for a lot longer, including Blue and other ones, which I put vaping in the same category as using hookah.
I love hookah.
I don't.
So let me explain the reasoning behind it.
To get dizzy and headaches.
It's not headaches. It's not dizzy.
They use tobacco, and what they actually use a glycerin or molasses based content, almost like a
binder.
Like a binder.
Okay.
Okay. And when you're using shisha and you're smoking shisha, you bake it. You don't put direct heat. It's indirect heat, which heats the glycerin on the tobacco. The reason why you get those very large, big clouds is because it's actually baking, and you're burning off the glycerin on the tobacco. That's why it dries out. But you actually don't even burn the tobacco itself. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's basically the same exact thing that started the whole vaping aspect. What they did was they just took out the middle person. They took out the tobacco, left the nicotine in, and just basically used metal coils to burn the glycerin. That was the same thing that they're using on hookah for years. What ends up happening is over time, people goes, oh, we can add other stuff to it. Okay, and I'm not just talking about flavors and things like that. I'm talking about you can do other stuff to it. So we're going to start adding THC. So we got to burn it at a different temperature. The problem is that no matter the whole thing is that they have certain glycerins have certain different viscosities and are meant to be burned at different temperatures. Some are a certain wattage of only 5 watts compared to ones that are supposed to be burned at 35 watts. because they're a thicker viscosity. Now, if the whole thing is that we have these are what they're the way they're intended of use. Now, if you don't use them as they're intended, then things may happen, including getting sick or possibly dying. So, like I said, it's still too early. I have actually drastically cut back on my vaping because of this. While people are looking around trying to figure out what's what, we'll see what ends up happening. I stay the hell away from Juul. The same thing with Blue. I go to with there's a couple organic brands that I've used in the past. I don't have the names on me right now. If you're interested, shoot me a DM on Instagram or the Twitter or on Garbanzo's Corner and ask, and I'll try to get you that information if you really want to. But as of right now, it's still too soon to say, man.
I think this is like the least you have to worry about vaping, though. What about it being like gay as fuck? Honestly, being a vapor is like being a vegan. You're not telling people you're a vegan with your words, but you're pretty much, your smoke cots say, "I vape."
I mean, is it safe? I will not say it's safe. Is it a better alternative to smoking cigarettes? I personally do believe so.
I think so too.
Okay. All right. Well, you can continue this with Garbanzo on his stuff with the vaping and the clouds and the junk. Follow him, DM him, or send us an email if you guys are vapors and whatever. Just let us know because I'm actually curious.
And actually, thanks Squeezy Bits for this one. That was actually
Squeezy Bits. You're the man. Squeezy Bits. Get back on the podcast. All right, we're gonna move on to Open Mic.
Open mic.
The Russo brothers might make more Marvel movies, but only for these comic book characters. Whichever one of you guys want to take this, knock yourself out.
Not it. Don't care.
All right, after Avengers Endgame and a very highly excited. So this is actually on Yahoo.com. According to this to Yahoo.com, it's actually come off as from Esquire. After Avengers Endgame and the highly successful extended Endgame release, re-release, which I haven't done. Oh, and the Spider-Man Far From Home release. Mm-hmm. It's a wonder why more Marvel fans haven't gone to one of our cinema goers equivalently of gout is. It's been a very, very rich summer. From the sounds of it, though, they'll have another chance to gorge on decadent long film sagas helmed by the Russo brothers before too long, as Joe Russo has suggested that he and Anthony have ideas for new films with big comic book characters to burn. I grew up on John Byrne's X-Men run. Good series. That's a great run.
Yeah, it is.
Ben... You still hate comics.
I don't hate comics. I just
Ben Grimm
don't
was
them.
Ben Grimm was a favorite character of growing up. The thing Joe Russo told Sci-Fi, and Fantastic Four is now the Marvel fold. There's a lot of Silver Surfer's an amazing character. We're really big in Cosmic would be a lot of fun.
That's right. So basically,
a lot of good attraction to us.
So basically, to cut you off there, what they're saying basically is that they'd come back if they could helm X-Men movies, but specifically the Fantastic Four. They're interested in Fantastic Four.
I'm so down for this.
So that would be interesting. I'd love them to Winter Soldier the Fantastic Four. So they're still interested in in more stuff. So they might be back. And I think since Joss Whedon in the beginning, they have been the I don't know, saving grace for Marvel. I don't know what Marvel would have been without them.
Yeah,
as soon as Winter Soldier on. So I'm just saying, well, hopefully they do. So we're gonna move on to whichever one you guys want to do. Okay.
Yep, this is all yours, dude.
Yes, Game of Thrones author draws attention to the Lord of the Rings plot holes. This article from Yahoo.com.
You can handle the pettiness that is.
Let's see. I mean,
it's not that petty.
It's petty.
No, because he's a fan. He's a fan of Lord of the Rings.
All right,
he is a fan of Lord of the Rings.
This article comes from Yahoo.com.
Yes, it does.
With the Lord of the Rings Amazon TV series currently in production, everyone is getting rather excited about seeing J.R.R. Tolkien's vast world back on our screens again.
Very vast.
Yes. The new series will be set in the Second Age, a period before Tolkien's main trilogy, and which time the Dark Lord Sauron forged the Ring of Power with Celebrimbor. However, one particular fan, Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin, is just hoping the series fills some plot holes that have bothered him for a while. It is one of the great books of the 20th century. But that doesn't mean that I think it's perfect, he said during the acceptance speech for his Burke Medal for outstanding contribution to discourse through the arts via the sun. whatever that means.
I don't know.
I keep wanting to argue with Professor Token through the years about certain aspects of it. He did what he wanted to do very brilliantly, but I look at the end and say, and it says Aragon is the king, and he says, and Aragon ruled wisely and well for 100 years. Look at this. Actually, he looks
He's
pretty
GQ,
cool.
yeah,
Like,
he's a GQ.
I wish this was my fucking grandpa.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with
GQ.
that bolo tie.
So basically,
That's the medal.
what he's
received.
saying
Wow.
is
Wow.
that he doesn't like the way it ended. Basically, it just says that Aragon ruled well. Well, there's some unanswered questions. What was his tax policy? Well, how was his government like? What did he do with the orcs that were left around? Did he send out kill squads? Did he rehabilitate them? So there are a bunch of questions that's the plot holes he's referring to. Is that you can't just say and they live it happy day ever after, but the world, it wasn't all solved.
But
There's-
but that's the whole point of it.
Wait,
though.
no. Let me stop everybody right there. I'm assuming he didn't read the appendixes and he didn't read the rest of the books that explain everything with this.
After there's stuff to read. There's stuff to read after.
So there's the Untold Stories, which kind of
This is why I wanted him to take this.
It's like an encyclopedia of various points in Middle Earth that is covered.
Okay.
Okay, there is.
But
the,
after Aragon, or
after Aragon.
after the
Yeah.
fall
After-
of the ring of one, the One Ring.
Yes,
Oh.
One ring.
after Aragon, there's let's see, and the appendixes in the actual Lord of the Rings book are pretty good too.
Okay.
It explains a lot more. In the newer versions, the re-edited by Christopher Tolkien, J.R. Tolkien's son, of the Silmarillion, because the Silmarillion is not a linear story; it's the Quenta Silmarillion, which it just means like a book of stories, right? There's a lot of books, a lot of stories in there. They're not,
Like an anthology.
pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it is linear, but not like how you would read Lord of the Rings, which is just one journey of the theme.
Yeah, it's just
And there's other there's volumes too. So there's like little booklets, not like comic books, but like small booklets, which are volumes of Middle Earth. You can get those and read. Actually, there's a really good one about Ungoliath, the light eater, the giant spider that eats the trees that gave birth to the Cimmerals.
Okay.
But I mean, I guess I understand what he's saying from a person who's only just read maybe The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings books, and maybe not paid attention to all the supplemental material. But you got to understand, J.R. Tolkien was a professor. Just like any textbook and anything you get at a school, there are supplemental materials and there are revisions and there are different volumes. The most recent one, even though the Silmarillion for the most part takes place before the Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, it was released after because it was revised and re-edited by Christopher Tolkien before it was released much later than the actual Lord of the Rings.
All right. Well, there's your answer. That's interesting. I didn't know that there was material that covered after the Lord of the Rings story.
I sent you the picture of like all this shit.
So,
I think
yeah.
somebody needs to go and read the supplemental materials before they start.
I totally agree. And I shall be there right with you after.
Which is surprising because George R. R. Martin is such a prolific author, in my opinion,
Absolutely.
or writer, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Both.
think he would have gone a little bit deeper
Before he said anything, yeah. All right, we're going to move on to PlayStation says you're calling the X button the wrong name. This article comes from Yahoo.com. Basically, it's not the X button. It's actually the cross. It is triangle, circle, square, and cross. Now, they say that the reason why it's a cross and not an X is because it's equidistant between the angles or whatever. And X's are more acute angles as opposed to right angles. So that's actually it.
Look, I don't care how cute it is. It's an X.
It's a cross. It's the cross. I mean, it makes those because
maybe in Japan or wherever
because
part of the world they're
the
from.
circle, you don't call the circle an O, and you know what I'm saying. So it's a cross. It's not the X button. So it's very interesting. But that's what I wanted to say about that. We're gonna move on. If you disagree
That
with
was
the
pointless.
official,
What the fuck?
what? Wasn't pointless.
Fuck that article, man.
No, I know I could have gone deeper into it, but because of our setup right now, I'm just gonna blast through whichever ones and not make you guys have to read each one like I do on a weekly basis.
Hey, I read them when I'm waiting.
I understand. I absolutely. We're moving on to Marvel's next Avengers project is already in the works. Whichever one you guys want this nuggets about.
Apparently, Chris Smith tweeted, Marvel needs 2 separate events to announce everything coming up to the MCU and the Avengers Endgame behind the San Diego Comic-Con and the actually it's not annual, it's biannual D23 Expo.
It's not annual?
No, it's biannual. It's every 2 years. The company revealed that it's several pictures in the works at the theaters in the next 2 years, and it's a limited MCU series that will stream on upcoming Disney Plus services. None of the upcoming adventures will be the popular Marvel properties we've grown to love it over the years, such as the Avengers, Guardians of Spider-Man. The latter isn't even the MCU anymore. Sorry, Spidey, we missed you already. While the third installment of the Guardians franchise is already in the works, Marvel hasn't seen anything about Avengers 5 sequel. Basically, they're not planning on abandoning. According to the article, they're not from the article from BGR.com. It doesn't really go into really much details. And basically, they're just talking about different ideas they come up with movies.
Yeah. Basically, that the seeds for the next Avengers movie are already there. They're already being planted in Phase 4. So,
and I think they're going towards the Young Avengers kind of situation.
I think they're going to make that a series, not necessarily a movie. They're considering that a movie, but when it comes to Avengers, the next Avengers level threat, what are you pointing to?
I think it says here they're possibly looking at another theory is
Avengers versus X-Men.
The Avengers versus X-Men.
So yeah, they're already teasing stuff out. So that's when they say that it's in the works, they're already putting the Easter eggs.
I think they're going to do House of M.
That's probably the only reason why the only way they'd be able to introduce the X-Men or the mutants in general into the world is using House of M.
I think House of M will be and I think that's the reason why they have the Wanda series, the WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
WandaVision is going to be the preemptive background for why she loses it and does House of M, and then that's going to bring in the whole mutant roster.
Well, one can only hope. I'm excited. I mean, people are saying that the MCU peaked with Endgame, and that now it's just going to be, this is going to be the downfall of it. So, hopefully they still put us in. But do you guys think that Endgame was the peak, and that's it? The MCU.
It was the peak of the last 10 years.
No, I mean the peak of the MCU in general. Like that was it. Like,
there's no way for me to tell. Ask me another 10 years, and then I'll tell you.
Well, I mean, in your opinion, because I mean, you're talking about this is 10 years worth of stories. This is what 24, 25. 26, I don't know, films. It led to one gigantic story. Now we're starting all over again. Who really wants to do that? Who is this the end of good storytelling? Are they now going to be the MCU woke? We're talking about when it comes to female Thor and
I get it.
And
right,
to say could this be that? Did they peak? And that's. I mean, we'll talk about it later.
I think I can't say that they peaked because you have to automatically assume that right now they're at the epitome. They're at the highest point they have been so far.
Mm-hmm.
Now the next movies may not do so well, but they may end up doing amazing well if they do X-Men versus Avengers, and then that might be the peak.
True. Well, here's hoping that the creative juices are still flowing.
I'm going to be positive about this one.
I'm glad. I'm glad. We're going to move on to The Rise of Skywalker. Reshoots are underway. Now, this article comes from I can't even read that. Is that comic book or
movieweb.com?
Movieweb.com. When you guys just well, no, I mean it's
the same thing with fucking Rogue One.
Well, no, Rogue One was reshooting like literally half the movie. This is actually, from what I understand, is they haven't locked down an ending that they liked.
Okay.
And they're reshooting different versions of endings and whatever needs to do with endings.
And I'm telling you, I think the reason they're reshooting endings is because probably somebody on some fan site got it right on a or like someone leaked the information, so they have to redo a bunch of endings to decide, and then they might go with the original one, but this is to kind of throw people off the scent. I'm telling you,
maybe, or The Rise of Skywalker is in trouble.
Yeah, but I think the title says it all. But fans shouldn't worry. That should be the only. There should be one program.
They say that because all studios and all movies all set aside money and time for reshoots.
Absolutely,
all of them. It's typical. The question is the thing though is that with Star Wars itself, anytime there's reshoots, you think of negativity. The reshoots for Solo, negativity. Reshoots for Rogue One, negativity. I don't know if there's any reshoot controversy for The Last Jedi. There should have been, but there wasn't. So I'm not sure. But that's the thing. Whenever you think Star Wars and reshoots, you're like dum. So that's just that's all I'm saying is that it's underway, and we hopefully we shouldn't be worried, but I'm worried because it's following The Last Jedi.
Okay.
So we're gonna move on to The Umbrella Academy Season 2 adds a major original star to the cast. I love.
Umbrella Academy.
The Umbrella Academy is really good. Really good. CJ Monkey was the best thing I ever seen. Could you this article's from Yahoo.com? Just read it real quick for me. Who the name of the dude and what he did and.
Okay, so Netflix has announced that the show will be returning for a second season with all the main cast members reprising their roles. But this time, Gatewood, best known for playing Vincent Griffith in the Vampire Diaries spin-off, will be joining the Umbrella Academy cast as an entirely new character. Raymond is described as a born leader with smarts, gravitas, and confidence, but also a warm and dedicated and devoted husband.
I love warm, dedicated, warm husband. She's cute.
Yes, she is. And as an added bonus, the streaming giant will also reveal the cast of 2 more stars, both of whom will be played by brand new characters created for the show that hasn't been adapted for the comics. And Ritu Arya.
Yeah, do you see how easy it is? It's not easy at all, is it?
Will play Leela, a chameleon with a twisted sense of humor who can be as brilliant or insane as the mission requires. Making up the new trio is Marin Ireland, who is also set to star in another comic-based show on FX, Y, The Last Man adaptation. Oh, really? They're doing Y, The Last Man? That's gonna be interesting.
I don't know what that is. Okay.
It was actually a very good comic.
Yeah, I like it.
In the Umbrella Academy, she'll be playing Sissy, a fearless, no-nonsense mom from Texas who married for all the wrong reasons, but is now ready to take on the world.
I like it.
At the end of the season, one spoiler obvious number. Ooh, no, I'm gonna go ahead
and there you're done. So that's it. So those are the 3 characters. By all means, send us an email if you have seen Umbrella Academy. I'd love to review Umbrella Academy with you guys. Have you guys ever seen it?
I've seen
it, but I completely forgot about it, honestly.
Really? I liked it.
I liked it. I think I've seen it. I haven't watched the last episode.
Okay, well, do that so we can somehow come back here and do an actual review for it. I'd love that. And if you guys have seen it,
freaking loved.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie, great show. And the story was great. The little love story was great. It touched my heart. Yeah, so, all right, we're gonna move on to Marvel might make a monumental change when they bring the X-Men to the MCU. We don't need to read this because it's race swapping. This article from Yahoo.com. They're considering making Magneto and Professor X black.
No.
How do you guys feel about this? Especially since
I don't have any comments.
The race for Eric Lencher, Magneto, is very, very tied to his character.
He's a Jew.
Yeah,
correct.
He was okay. So here's the thing. You're gonna take a Holocaust survivor, and to appease the masses.
Appease me. I want black people.
You don't even like black girls, though. You like Asians.
That is not true. I prefer Asians. I have dated my sisters. They've given me a hard time, but I have dated my sisters.
What'd your mom say?
Huh? What did my mom say about what? She's a black woman. What are you talking about? She's Jamaican.
Sisters.
My sisters. I didn't say sisters.
I
said my sisters.
Sorry.
Yes, my black sisters.
I got it.
You uncultured, unurbanized.
I'm very cultured. I just speak proper.
Okay. My sisters. I've dated my sisters.
Unurbanized swine.
Little swines. Fabulous.
Fantastic. You know what? I really hope they don't.
Me too. I really hope they don't. Especially if it doesn't serve the story. Especially if you're just trying to differentiate yourself from the Fox thing, or if you're just trying to be woke. Please don't do it. Yeah. Because here's my problem. I want more diversity. Sure, why not? Everyone loves diversity. But we don't need you taking a character that was white or male and make it female or a different ethnicity just because. Why can't you create either original characters for these races, or there's plenty of women, plenty of blacks, plenty of Hispanics, that are in these comic books. Bring one of those characters to the forefront. Bring a character that actually is
Suri. Oh my God, give her own freaking spin-off.
Who the hell's that?
Suri
wants that.
Who's that?
Black Panther.
Oh, well, what she need her own spin-off for? Why?
Maybe as a YouTube series.
Dude, she's awesome.
She is, but
she needs her own series. Like, her going around,
right?
What
I'm saying
creating
is that
gadgets and
I
doing
prefer that they don't race swap or gender swap. Make something original for that specific demographic that you're trying to aim for. The whole thing is
make it just like it's just. Get creative. Make new characters. There's nothing wrong with creating new characters.
Exactly.
Or making a storyline why this particular person ends up happening.
Exactly.
Don't just say like, Professor X in a wheelchair. You know what? Today,
I think
we're gonna make him. Gay. We're gonna make a
trans.
African American trans character.
No.
What? Why? What's the
what is
point?
the word? By what?
Non-binary.
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 That character.
But
I agree. So, I mean, if you guys have any opinions about this, by all means, email us because I'd love to start this discussion because it's getting crazy now, and it's upsetting. It's a little upsetting.
But I really hope that's just all.
So
just
moving on,
quick.
Netflix accidentally posted The Witcher's release date. This article comes from. Where does it come from?
PCGamer.com.
PCGamer.com. What did they release? Just
basically they put out a tweet and it says the wait is almost over. So many nights sleeps for these titles. Marianne 2, The Politicians on the 16th. Peaky Blinders season 5 on the 23rd.
I like Peaky Blinders.
El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie on the 30th. Toon season 1 and 2 on the 37th. Atypical season 3 on 51 days.
So
51 days.
Sleep.
Oh, how many nights sleep? Okay, end of the world, end of the fucking world. Season 2, 58 days. Witcher 97 days. The Crown S season 3, 67 days. And You S2 110 days.
Okay.
So basically,
in about 3 months.
This was posted. So basically, this is posted on September 11th, and so we're looking at December 17th. Okay, so feel free to start your Witcher watch parties because I might end up throwing one.
I'll be there. I mean, I don't really care much for The Witcher, but you
will.
Well, there you go. And since Starflex says it, I definitely will watch it.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
that's
you,
it.
You really will.
Go on there. Insane. All right, we're gonna move on to Adidas is making a Star Wars sneaker, and this is in the same vein as the SpongeBob, the Dragon Ball Z, the Gundam,
but
everything else.
Yeah,
so,
but it's
this one. This one is lame. It looks like it's for the Rebels, right? I would assume, or
it's
for the New Republic.
No, it's definitely. It looks like the Force will be with you always slogan across the back.
Yeah, but the color scheme is very Rebels. Is Rebels or New Republic.
This is a good nurse shoe.
It's a good nurse shoe.
I would sport this.
I wouldn't sport any of these fucking shoes that we've covered on these fucking.
No,
podcasts.
the Gundam shoe was the shit.
Nah.
Yes, the Gundam shoe was just too expensive.
If you feel like a young black or Puerto Rican kid in high school.
Well,
I mean, actually, I'm surprised you didn't want the Pikachu
black,
shoes though.
So,
bro, have you seen the way I dress? I literally just wear flip flops all the time, bro.
Well, maybe they need some Star Wars flip flops. Adidas Star Wars flip flops.
I have Yoda Havaianas.
Oh, those are actually pretty cool. I've seen those.
I don't know what that is, but
they're like cheap Brazilian
because I don't speak that stuff.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, if you it looks alright, whatever. It looks like I think it's like an X-wing ish. So I don't know. Nice. Who knows? Who cares? Moving on to James Gunn reveals the cast of the Suicide Squad. This article comes from
news.com.eu, but actually it was actually posted on his Instagram and Twitter.
True. Oh.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know how she got to that.
Yeah, just yeah. So read it off. Is there
So Suicide Squad 2. It's scheduled to release
The Suicide Squad 2. It's scheduled to release in mid 2021. I'm wearing it.
According to the cast is David Dalchman, John Cena.
Wait a minute. How are we going to see John Cena?
You know what? Maybe he'll be the Invisible Man.
Okay,
makes sense.
What do you mean by how are we going to see John Cena?
Because he always says you can't see me.
Oh, I didn't get that.
You're disgusting.
All right,
why?
Jai Courtney, Joaquin Cosio, Mr. Nathan Fillion himself.
That's right.
I'm so looking forward to see what he's going to play. Joel Kinnaman, Mai Ling Ing, Fula Borg, Sean Gunn. Really? Yeah. Wow. So Jean Diego Botos, Storm Reed, Pete Davidson. Wasn't that the guy that was sort of poking around inside of Ariana Grande for a little while?
Yeah.
Okay, that guy's he's a little weird. Taika Waititi.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Alice Braga, Steve Agee, Tanish.
A huge cast.
Tinashi Kajise.
Exactly.
Daniel Melchior, Peter Capaldi, the doctor himself.
Yep.
Julio Ruiz.
What doctor?
The doctor.
The Tarpon Box guy?
No, Peter Capaldi is Doctor Who.
Yes.
Oh, from the Tarpon Box.
Peter Capaldi, Julie Ruiz, Jennifer Holland, Viola Davis is coming back, Idris Elba, Margot Robbie, and Michael Rooker. Now, the name that is not on here, obviously, is Will Smith.
Well, Will Smith is not coming back. The only people that are coming back are the actor who played Rick Flag, Viola
Courtney.
Davis, and Jai Courtney. That's it from the original cast.
Margaret Robbie's coming.
And Margot Robbie,
Margot
sorry.
Robbie. That guy who played the Croc, isn't he coming back?
No Crocodile. No Will Smith. No El Diablo.
Nathan
No,
El Diablo died.
El Diablo died, bro.
Yeah, but he was a fire. There's no way he could have came back from that.
Have
he
you not
died,
seen the
dude.
cartoon? They kill off a lot of them to the Suicide Squad members.
The Suicide Squad is called the Suicide Squad because they die off.
No, obviously there's no Enchantress, so you know it's what happened? It's like a soft reboot, and the title "The Suicide Squad" is very interesting. It's not Suicide Squad 2, so I don't know.
I think it makes sense if you look at the comics and the cartoons that are on Hulu from DC. It's almost never the same characters. I think the one that I've seen pretty fucking like consistent is Captain Boomerang.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on to. I've lost my place. Silver Surfer movie in the works at Marvel Studios. This article comes from God knows where. What is it coming from?
GWW.com.
The GWW.com.
According to this exclusive, GWW sources have heard that Marvel Studios is actively developing a Silver Surfer movie. I am very excited, especially after the thing about the Russo brothers coming back. They were looking. This is one of the characters they really want to do. So the Russo brothers are coming back to do a Silver Surfer movie. I am so excited.
But what are they going to do? I mean, isn't the Silver Surfer connected to the Fantastic Four, and that his redemption arc is usually with the Fantastic Four? So what are they going to do on a solo movie?
Oh, thing is, okay, his redemption is with the Fantastic Four. It's
Right.
when he comes to Earth and he convinces Reed Richards. Reed Richards convinces him to help them.
Right.
But also he is still.
His name is Lauren Grad, right?
Norin
Rad. I was close.
His planet was going to be consumed by Galactus, and
Right, so he chose to become the Herald.
He chose to be the Herald
to save his planet,
and also to take him to other planets.
Right.
Now, if they're going to start going into the whole galactic aspect of it, and him being the Herald, and maybe this will be after his redemption with Galactus, and maybe after he splits away from Galactus, and maybe we'll get to see some of the other Heralds, which is really super exciting, like Thrax, and a couple other ones that are out there that are just.
All right, well,
super
I'm looking
powerful.
forward to it too. All right, moving on to Robert Downey Jr. reportedly returning to MCU. So real quick, it looks like he's going to be appearing in the Scarlet Witch movie.
We got discovered.com.
WeGotDiscovered.com is the website where the article comes from. He will be in the Black Widow movie because it is set between Civil War and Infinity War.
And what's that place called? Budapest.
Yes, well, around there, something like that. So, what do you guys think? I mean, does this? I think
I'm always
it's
down
too
for it.
soon, but I think it's too soon. He just died.
I think I'm not interested in a fucking Black Widow movie at all.
But that's what, and maybe do you think that's the reason why they're bringing in Iron Man to get those guys who are like you?
I think that's a waste of money, and I still wouldn't watch it.
Oh,
I mean, I fucking love Captain Kirk, and I haven't watched Wonder Woman till this day.
oh, it's a good movie.
Good point.
It's a good movie. If you guys are interested at all in Robert Downey Jr. coming back, or if you guys have any idea or any opinions like me, because I think it's too soon. I think you should have saved his return for a little, you know. And again, I agree, it's a waste of money because he should have popped back up in like something, you know, not the Black Widow movie. But if you guys want to spend $10 million for him for a day of shooting, by all means, you got the money to spend.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We've got Ash just won a Pokemon League in the anime. This article comes from, is this Kotaku or where is it coming from?
It says Kotaku.com.
Kotaku.com.
Good luck, Ash. Congratulations.
He won a Pokemon League. Does it say any specifics? I hate the new animation, by the way.
Yeah, terrible.
Okay, so according to in the Kanto, top 16. Johto, top 8. In the Hoenn, also top 8. In the Sinnoh, top 4. And in the Unova, top 8. Kalos, runner-up. And finally, in the Alola, champion.
Go back up really quick.
What are you looking for?
Just the animation quality. Yeah.
Exactly. How? Yeah. I mean, why do they change his animation for? Like, why would they do that?
To appease to the little pussy kids that were raising them.
I guess, but it's terrible.
You know what it is? It's a different style of anime. Completely different style of anime. I think they're going more with like Studio Ghibli.
I understand, but why?
Yeah, why?
I don't understand
Why?
it. I don't agree with it. I don't understand
It's
it, but
terrible.
it is what it is.
So, but yes, congratulations, Ash. I'm gonna have to watch I'm gonna find it whether it's in English or in sub. I'm gonna watch him win. I want to see what Pokemon he has. I'm curious.
I
probably won't know any of them, but yeah, I don't like the animation. Now, if you guys like the animation now, let us know. If you guys are even watching it, I haven't watched this thing in 20 years. I don't know. It's been on for that long. All right, let's move on to UFC fighter plays Smash while his Tesla drives itself. This article comes from Kotaku.com. Yes,
it is also Kotaku.
Yeah, it speaks for itself. Basically, UFC fighter, one of the ones that Darflex trains allegedly.
No, I don't. I don't train this guy.
Oh, okay, fine. He doesn't train this guy. He
He
was riding in his Tesla, self-driving car, and he kind of let it do its own self-driving, and he played Smash Brothers, and he recorded himself playing Smash Brothers while on the road. It's fun, it's cute, but it's dangerous as shit, and this wouldn't be cute if you got into an accident. So, because my understanding is, even though it's self-driving, that the driver still must be aware of their surroundings.
He still has to have his hands on it.
Really?
But
No.
you can buy adapters for that. Yeah, you do.
Really?
Yeah, the wheel has to feel pressure on there, but you can buy phone holders because it's illegal to sell holders for that. But you can buy phone holders that attach to the steering wheel, and that way it can drive itself. Because once you let go,
But then what's the point of a self-driving car if you still have to hold on to the wheel? That's no different than just putting the car.
They've actually made self-driving cars that actually, like, there are actually self-driving cars out there right now, and they're still prototype stages where the wheel goes and goes down.
Yeah, Volvo has one like that.
Wow, I'm just saying it just sounds like a very elaborate and expensive version of cruise control. That's all it sounds like to me.
Speaking of Smash Brothers and getting smashed, I do train fighters who's whooped his ass.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. And with that, we're going to move on to God Help Us All. Warner Brothers is making a Funko Pop movie.
Can we skip this?
Now, this is coming... No. This is... This article is coming from Garbanzo. Not coming from Garbanzo. I'm asking him to read it for me.
It's from Gizmodo.com.
Gizmodo.com. Now, I bring this up only because this man right here has a large stakes and shares in Funko Pop.
I have a few.
Yeah, large. He's. I don't want to say he's a co-owner, or he's not on the board, but he's basically on the board of advisors. So, how do you feel about?
I've seen. They've actually made like little small movie skits, and they've posted them on YouTube, and they're actually pretty funny. They're very. Think of Lego video games,
right?
Like the cutscenes from Lego video games,
right?
That's basically the Funko shorts.
I mean, look, it's stupid. It's a stupid idea, but the Lego movie was really good. But Angry Birds 1 was really good, in my opinion. So
there you go.
It's possible that this could be, but I just really, you're only making this movie because Funko Pops is a brand. You're selling a brand recognition.
But because they have everybody. They have license to use everybody in this movie. I mean, literally, you can have... You can have Kira from Dark Crystal battling Bulbasaur while standing next to Batman, who's flirting with Little Mermaid.
They're just making another Lego movie then. It's
yes.
the same concept. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix. So, I guess. I mean, I'll watch it because I'm curious. Hopefully the trailer says something. But when I saw that, my eyes rolled way back in my head.
Anyway, yeah, don't get me wrong. It's not the first thing I thought of. But...
So our finale is Dark Crystal Age of Resistance full series review. Now, because we actually recorded an actual original recipe review, we're not going to give you the full thing. We're just going to give you our opinion. Just our opinion of the full series.
Yes.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
But if you want to know our comprehensive, in-depth, uncut, raw feeling about the series, check out the original recipe web series. It should be up there. Both Age of Resistance and the original 1984 movie. So, gentlemen, we're just going to go around the room and tell me how you felt about it and whether you recommend it. Garbanzo.
Don't walk, run to your couch, sit down, pull out your phone, or put on your TV or Xbox.
Pull out anything.
Whatever, just watch it.
Whip it out.
Just whip it out and watch it. It is by far probably one of the better series that I have seen from beginning to end. And I loved... The only series that I've been as intrigued to watch was The Boys recently, and it's been a while since I've had a series like that for me. So please go watch it. You'll thank us, and Bob's your uncle.
I like it. Darflex.
What he said. Now, what I recommend. Obviously, I recommend it, but order some beef lo mein or vegetable lo mein if you don't eat meat.
I can't with you.
Get yourself a nice, fat, cold beer, preferably one of those big hipster beers. Sit your ass down. Maybe call out of work. And just prepare to fucking have your goddamn mind blown.
That's a really good recommendation right there. Yeah, what they said. You guys know me. Entertainment has been like the death of me, and I've been very nitpicky, and I wore the grumpy cat and old man hat way too many times this year, but this is not the case. I absolutely recommend it. Cinematography is great. The editing is great. The puppetry is fantastic. You definitely can't. I don't see anybody being able to do anything else while watching this. You can't have this playing in the background. It steals your attention. I could even be on my phone. I would pay attention. I needed to watch this.
Yeah, I hate to cut you off, but but
you're doing it anyway.
Yeah, I know. But only because you said this, and I can't reiterate the truth on this one because I ended up trying to watch it during my lunch period at work.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go to the next episode, and
yeah.
I was just like, I got to turn this off. I had to turn it off because if not, I would have ended up getting in trouble.
Yeah, it's exactly what I said in the full review that Darflex recommended it. He damn near threatened us to make sure we watched it for the next podcast to review it. I watched the first 3 episodes. I got tired on a Friday night. I went to sleep, woke up, and I was jonesing for it. I spent the rest of Saturday finishing the series and watched the movie afterwards because it was so good. I highly recommend it. The story is brilliant. It is not a kid's series. I'm just making it very clear. It's puppets. I think it's for kids. It's puppetry. It's the CGI definitely helps. It benefits, but it's not. I'm not saying that kids shouldn't watch it, but I don't. But I dismissed it because it looked like a kids show. Something like Star Wars Resistance or something I was not going to watch. I'm trying to say that there's very very adult themes in there. Something you can latch onto. This is not something you sit your toddler in front of and walk away. Definitely not. It will give them nightmares. Okay, there is racism. There is mild genocide. There is
I'm sorry, mild genocide.
Well, in the series though,
it's
mild. Not in the movie. It's pure genocide. Yeah. There is political intrigue. There is monarchy issues. There is sibling rivalry. And it's all there.
Yeah, very much sibling rivalry.
And it's very it's betrayal, heartache, love, death. Lots of death, in it. So it's well worth it. You should watch it. And with that being said, that's it for Keepin the Geek Bros episode 80. What did I want to say? Audience question. If you watched the Dark Crystal 1980 movie or the Netflix series, please send us your review. We would love to hear what you have to say because, again, all I want to talk about is Dark Crystal. All day, every day. And again, we're wrapping it up. Of course, check us out on Instagram and Twitter. That's GeekBros0, GEKBRO0S. Email us, geekbros0@yahoo.com. Facebook.com/geekbros0. Listen to us weekly. WeBeGeeksPC.com. Of course, subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio,
and everywhere you can find.
Basically, it's everywhere you want to be. Please subscribe.
But the first place,
WeBeGeeksPC.com, where guaranteed, every Wednesday we're going to be there for you to listen to these sweet buttery voices. And then if you want to watch us days later, yahoo.com/Vapers Studios. Gents, shameless promotions before we wrap up.
Yes, you guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Darth_Flex. I'm the only one with that name. Same thing for Instagram. You can find me at the Inebriated Craftsman. Again, only one with that name. Super easy to find. It's my face.
And
handsome face.
Used to be.
And you may find me on the gram and the Twitter.
The gram and the Twitter.
Also,
Twitter is twat.
And in the future, probably I'll be doing some fun little YouTube things as well. But either way,
the tube.
And you can always find me on the tube or the Twitter or the I or the gram. On BEANTKE is BeanTeek278 at all those locations. And also, if you want to just talk about Garbanzo's Corner, Garbanzo's Corner on Facebook.com. Feel free just to shoot out ideas for different messages. DM me, let me know what you think, and we'll talk about it.
Cool. And I've been Vibe. You can catch me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. That's VibeRev Studios, VIBEREVSTUDIOS. YouTubes and everything like that. Yeah, check us out. Now, if you guys really appreciate that the Geek Bros have come back together again, send us an email. I want you guys to show the love to both Garbanzo and Darflex to get them more invested in coming by more to the studio and get you some more stuff. If you guys don't show love that you appreciate that we're taking the time out to do this in one location with one audio, then you know it may not happen. So just saying.
Briefly, by
Yes.
love, he means nudes.
Yes, nudes and dog pics. The more of those, the more likely you'll get more of these group shots, and we might go live again. So I'm just saying. So remember, geeking out still sounds this good.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.